morning everyone, Mr. Jones here, Coedffranc Primary School. Just wanted to do a video this morning just to clarify some key points around some children returning to school tomorrow, because I know there's likely to be some confusion, different things happening in different places, etc. So if I can just go over a few things. First thing really, when we come in the morning, the foundation phase will enter in the way that the foundation phase entered prior to Christmas. So it'll be in through the front gates here and around and out through the lower white set of gates. Being careful to drop the children with their class teachers as we go. The key things there are the same key things that we needed before Christmas. And that is that face coverings must be worn. If you're not wearing a face covering, and that goes for the staff in the yard, obviously, as well as parents and carers. If you haven't got a face covering with you tomorrow, you will need to have an exemption certificate. You might be asked by staff very politely why you haven't got a face covering on. It's part of the regulations right across Wales, so we would expect that. We'd also expect you to take responsibility for utilising the markings that we've got outside and inside on the yard to make sure that you remain 2 metres apart at all times. The key thing to reiterate around tomorrow as well is that it's the return of our youngest children, so that's our foundation phase children. Our Key Stage 2 children will remain being taught in the same way that they have been over the last 2 months. So that's the blended approach where we have some children in school, but most children in the juniors at home and linking in with the teachers in a mixture of live sessions and video sessions and completing tasks. In terms of our foundation phase, the areas of a little bit of confusion would revolve around our Year 3 classes. So Mrs. Rachel Williams' class are a junior class. They're based in the junior building and they're all Year 3 children. So all of those children are to remain at home unless they're coming in, they're registered for our hub provision. Mrs. Roderick's class is a split class between Year 2, which is foundation phase, and Year 3. So it's only the Year 2 children in Mrs. Roderick's class that qualify, if you like, to be coming into school as of tomorrow. And they, because that's a small group of Mrs. Roderick's class, I think 9 children, they will be in all week. The rest of our foundation children are coming in 2 cohorts on Monday and Wednesday and Thursday, and Tuesday and Thursday rather, and then all in on Friday, in order for teachers to assess how the children are, assess their well-being, support them and ease them back into school. So class teachers would have shared that information with you, and you should know who is coming in on what days there. But we'll be back up to full capacity on Friday in terms of our foundation phase. If you've got any questions or queries on that, I'm sure our staff won't mind dropping them a message on Dojo just to clarify this afternoon what is happening for tomorrow, because these are ever-changing times and ever-confusing times, I think. There was some really positive news on Friday regarding the anticipated return of all the children, so our junior children, hopefully in about 3 weeks' time. I think they were looking at the date of March the 15th, I believe, as the potential return date. That obviously depends on how things go for our younger ones and making sure that the numbers stay low. With that in mind, I need to remind everybody here that although the children coming back into school is the start of hopefully us moving out of the end of this long nightmare really, it's absolutely imperative that as parents, as carers, as staff, we all realise that lockdown is still very much on. The only change is that the children are coming in, so they need to be coming in with their parents, not coming in with the families of others. We need to ensure that we're not doing overnight stays and sleepovers, etc., and that we return this idea that this is just the start of a return to normal. And we need to really respect the rules in order to make sure that when the children come back in, that the children and the staff are as safe as possible. We need this to go well. We will do everything in our power in school in terms of all the routines that we were following before Christmas to ensure that the chances of transmission of virus in school will be very low. We need everybody within the community to work with us closely to ensure that we really don't ever need to return to another situation like this in another lockdown. So please bear in mind the rules, follow those rules. We are emerging now at the other end of this with vaccinations, etc. So we just need everybody now to stick with it, do the right thing in terms of the routines coming into school, but also outside of school as well. And if we can do all of that, the end of this situation is close to us now. So thank you for taking the time to listen, and I'll update as the week goes on to tell you how it's going. But thanks for your support as always. Take care and enjoy what's left of the weekend.